What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sirr Love. We got another dope episode for you guys today. As I said, I've been getting a lot of questions about management, so I'm going to answer a bunch of questions about management. The question that I just recently had asked to me several times is, what do I think about your friend becoming your manager, a manager as a friend? There's a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons to this thing. It's not as simple as friendship. It's not really about friendship, but it does play a role. So let's talk about it. Phase 6, let's get it. Alright guys, so now listen, when it comes to having your friend as a manager, one thing I want you guys to recognize is, number one, you have to separate your friendship from business, okay? At the end of the day, your manager needs to be able to be a manager, whether they're your friend or not. The beauty of having a friend as a manager is that there's someone there that you can trust. However, trust is not enough to take you to the promised land where you want to go, where you want to be. So the first thing that I say is, if you're looking at someone being your manager, you need to watch some of the earlier videos we did, Management 101, 102, 103, talking about the skills that managers need to have, talking about the ambition, the perspective, the thought process, the three things, all these different things that managers need to have, right? And to summarize some of those things, you know, your manager needs to have a skill. They need to understand what they're good at. They need to be passionate. They need to be persistent and have a dream of chasing this outside of you. It has to be bigger than you. They have to have their own internal why. If you have a friend that's coming into this role and they're doing it just because you're asking them to, it might not work, because this game is difficult, it's dirty, it's hard. You, the artist, are going to give up. You, the manager, are going to give up. What is going to keep you focused and going, right? It's not going to be friendship. I can say that right now. So number one, make sure the person actually wants to be a music manager. They're not just doing it because they're an opportunist, because they see how talented you are. They're not just doing it because you're trying to convince them to do it. They're not just doing it because they're just doing it. All right, that's number one. They want to be a manager. Number two, they have some type of skills associated with being a manager. They've done booking, they've done PR, they understand marketing, they understand management. They've been a manager before, they've worked under a manager before, they've interned, they've been in the business in some way. They were an A&R, they were an executive, they worked in radio. They did something that gives them some understanding of management, because there's a lot of things associated with management, right? There's being a great manager, there's understanding the lingo of the business, understanding the lingo / jargon, the swagger of the business, the nuances of the business, the people in the business, all those different things. These are all things you like them to come to the table already knowing. You don't really want someone that's starting from scratch. I mean, if you're starting from scratch, they're starting from scratch, they're just as hungry as you are, okay, give it a shot, y'all work it out, let's make it happen. But recognize that you're both going to struggle together trying to get to where you want to be, versus having someone that really understands that they can guide you. A manager is a guider. They're someone that provides guidance to your career. So if your friend is going to do it, they need to be studying the game. If they don't know the game already, they need to be studying the fuck out the game to get ahead of you, to get ahead of where you guys currently are. They don't have to be 20 steps ahead, but they gotta at least be 4 or 5 steps ahead of where you are now. So that may require them to do a lot of research and get a lot of knowledge, go to a lot of conferences, watch a lot of these videos, and probably get the info pack that I just released on the website, talking about how to be a manager, how to be a music manager 101, which is a great place for them to start. But that's another thing. You kind of want someone with some level of experience in the game. All right, the next thing, I give you a positive. I threw out a couple generic things. I want to give you a positive. A positive outside of you trusting this individual is that as an artist, nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to deal with you directly, but everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to deal with you. What do I mean by that? Any opportunity that's coming to you, they want to deal with you directly, because they want to bypass the manager, which is looked at as the gatekeeper, and go straight to you so that they can try to cut the deal that they want with you, whether it's a good deal for you or a bad deal with you. They know if they go straight to you, they have a better chance of getting what they want, right? So positive to having a friend be a manager is that you have a buffer, someone to vet opportunities and help you see from a distance whether it's something you want to be involved with or not. And on the other side, when the business person is trying to do business with you, they have a buffer so that they can say whatever they really want to say, whatever's really on their mind, without offending you, but you can still get the feedback. That's the beauty of having anyone in that place. All right? Negative aspects of putting your friend in place are really the opposites of some of the positives. They may not know what they're doing. They may not be driven. They may not be passionate about this thing. It may not be really in their spirit, in their heart. So when it comes down to picking a manager, you really want someone that wants to be a manager, and you want someone that's experienced at being a manager, and you want someone that has a vision and goal and knows people. You want someone that has at least one of the three things, which is knowledge, network, and money. If you don't understand that, watch Guaranteed Success in the Music Business. I think is the name of the video, right? Talk about the three things. You need to have knowledge, network, or money. You want your manager to have one of those. If they have the money, they can help you a lot. If they have the network, they can help you a lot. If they have the knowledge, they can help you a lot. If they don't have any of those things, then why are they there? The only reason they're there is to be a buffer, and it's okay to have them there as a buffer, but you're probably gonna end up finding somebody else that can actually help you go forward, because as an artist, you're gonna need a lot of help to get where you're going, all right? So I hope that was helpful. I really do hope that was helpful. Your friend being your manager is something that you guys can do. Don't be scared of it. Just make sure that they're educating themselves on how to go about being a manager, and go get out there and swing together. There's a lot of people that, you know, start off together and grow and blow together. I believe that was Wiz Khalifa and his manager's story early on. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. You know, I know Travis Porter had a great relationship with their manager when they were on the come up, different things of that nature. And that's another thing that I want to add. You know, just because you're meeting a new qualified person doesn't mean you won't grow to be friends. Doesn't mean you won't grow to be family. Doesn't mean you won't grow to trust. You know, it doesn't mean those different things. It's not like you're hiring some stranger that you're never going to get close to, some estranged person. You can have estranged managers that kind of do push paperwork from a distance, and then have another manager that's closer to you, that's a close friend that goes on a road with you or does, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's another thing to think about as an artist. You know, I'm adding to the sauce. I was getting ready to close the video, but that's another thing to think about. You can add a road manager or have a co-management deal where your friend manager does a partnership with another manager, and maybe that's a way for your friend manager to learn. However, your friend manager has to really hit it off with the other manager for them to be willing to cut them in. Otherwise, they just become your assistant, which is okay too, because if they're really hungry and they really want to be in the game, and you have the opportunity to get managed by one of the greatest managers or a really established manager, then why not allow your friend, or why not have your friend, or why would your friend not want to be an assistant, be an intern, learn, grow, build, and eventually be able to take your career on or take on the artist that you want to sign and bring about on. So I'm kind of talking to the artist that asked me this question in this moment in time right now. But that's a question I do get rather frequently. If you're looking for a manager, you know, is it okay for your friend to be your manager? Yes, but they got to be willing to work. I think managers have to put in almost as much work as the artist. The artist, no one should work harder than the artist. The artist should be the leader of the work. You know, if someone's working harder than the artist, they deserve a bigger check. They deserve to rape the artist and rip the artist off. That's just how I feel. The artist should be fucking working, right? But your manager should be someone that's willing to work and be right by your side and put in work too. So I hope that was helpful. I hope I gave you guys the energy that you need to go forward. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And every time I step in front of this camera, I give you guys everything that I got. This is www.phase6.com. Check us out, man. Go to the website. I did a whole info pack on how to be a music manager. So you can check that out, grab that, learn about it. I put a lot of passion into that. I mean, it's a really solid one. Honestly, this is probably my best work so far. So I really encourage all of you guys to get it. Even if you're an artist and you're trying to get a better understanding of what you need out of a manager, it's still a great read for you as well. If you're a person that wants to be a manager, or even a person in PR or booking, or a future executive that wants to understand the manager dynamic, I definitely suggest you copy it. You don't have to, because I'm still doing free videos, but there's, you know, just way more information in that pack. So hopefully you guys check it out. Other than that, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Rock with your boy Sirr Love. I'm out of here.